So here we have the reading sample of the selective high school test. This one, I was thinking, again, because it's a little bit long, I might go to one that's a little bit shorter, maybe not a poem. We just had a look at a poem. Perhaps we'll focus on this section. Now, these sorts of questions rely on not answering a question, but in matching. Here you'll note we have 15, 16, 17, all the way up to 20. And here we have A up to G in terms of letters. So we need to make sure that we match the correct descriptions to where they slot into the text. Now, what I won't do, I won't read out everything, but I will have a look at perhaps maybe the first paragraph and two, just to sort of help identify what could be our missing blank in the first section in 15. I might even have a go reading from the second paragraph. We know that it's about octopuses, or octopi, I should say, as judging from the title. Now here, if I take my highlighter, I'm just going to focus first on this sentence. The reason why I'm doing that, whenever you have a missing sentence blank, you need to make sure that you look for the sentence before and after. They are the top clues to tell you what you're going to be looking for as your final answer. So here, it says the group, led by Professor Jennifer Jacquet of New York University, argues that octopuses are highly developed and curious creatures. Here, this is part of an explanation text where it seems to be quite a general statement about octopuses. We're not taught about what they eat or where they live or how they form relationships with one another. It's just more about a general statement. Hey, octopi or octopuses are like this. So we can imagine that our first answer in 15 might be something also quite general. But before we do, have a look at the options. Let's have a look at the next sentence. It says, we can see no reason why in the 21st century, a sophisticated, complex animal should become the source of mass-produced food, says Jacquet. So it seems like we've gone from a general sort of statement about octopuses, and I'll write that over here. Here, general statement. But here, this one's sort of making a connection between this is an intelligent animal to mass-produced food. I'm just going to underline this one. So something has happened. It does seem a little bit jarring, a little bit unclear exactly how it jumps from this first sentence to this one. So we need to look for the one in the middle that sort of has a connection to both of them. Let's have a look at our options. Okay, A, fish farmers have turned to the rearing of octopuses to try and replace these dwindling catches. I'm not sure about this one. This tends to be something that talking about what's happening after you talk a little bit more about the topic. So I'm just going to scan over my eyes over what might be an option where, again, it's sort of talking about the general octopi sort of statement, as well as the beginning of this problem. So, Okay, so let's have a look here. But the case for octopus farming is weak, according to Jacquet and her co-authors. At the moment, I am leaning on this one, but I'm not exactly sure. I need to make sure I double check this one because, again, I'm looking for the context of my before sentence and my after sentence. If I go with F, octopus farming is weak. Let's have a look and see if it fits in. Okay, that's incorrect. The reason why it's incorrect, we don't have enough of a connection between curious creatures to suddenly octopus farming. Again, that statement seems to be something that you would say a little bit later after talking about the fact that there is octopus farming and a description of it. But here, we haven't yet talked about octopus farming. So I'm going to look for something else. I'm sort of leaning on C, actually. The reason why is it says in the before sentence, we have Professor Jacquet's group against farming octopi or octopuses. They are highly developed. So if you're farming them, causing large amounts of stress, it seems to continue the gap between the argument against octopus farming and, again, repeating the idea that these sort of magnificent and intelligent creatures shouldn't be farmed in that way for food. So I'm going to have a think about C, and we'll just have a double check to make sure that it goes in. Farming would intensely cause large numbers of deaths. Let's have a look. Okay, I think that might be our correct answer. It does a little bit seem a bit dry because you're going straight to the term farming, but especially in reading the farming sentence and then reading about mass-produced food, I would think that it still has a close enough relation that I would pick C for this one. So in a similar sense, when you're tackling questions like these, make sure that you look at the sentence before and after. And of course, if you have further time to read the whole extract, This is more of a sort of short version that I'm showing you today, before and after sentence. If you have more time, if you're a quick reader, read everything, make sure you double check, triple check, because that would be the sort of final sort of catchment of any potential mistakes that you can make. But for now, that would be the shortcut way. I hope you're with me so far, and I hope I'm not boring you too much, because I'm hoping that this will be something you'll find quite helpful.